Hello, beautiful people. So I'm out today. Makes a change. So I've decided to come and do another live because I just think it's nicer to do a live. I'm hoping you can hear me. Let me bring you a bit closer. This menu's going to drop. I didn't bring my tripod out. Yeah, this one's going to drop. Let me just sort this out. So basically, this is about self-love. Okay? And self-love is important. Now, there's someone over there. I can hear a noise. If we're around negativity, it's hard to practice self-love because obviously reflections of negativity are around us. And what you'll find when you're not around people practicing self-love, they will bring some type of drama. So if you're going to practice self-love, find a group, find a community online. You're going to have to be prepared to stay away from certain people if they're not positive. There is absolutely no choice. I've tried it most of my life to be around those that aren't practicing self-love. I just like to stress self-love is a practice. And there's a lot of people out there that are ignorant to it because they don't want to work on themselves. But they think it's okay to go around putting their toxins on other people. They haven't trained their mouth. They haven't trained their thinking. And the one that is practicing the self-love, they want to point the finger at them because the person practicing the self-love is saying they don't want to be around anyone that's negative. So what you'll find with people that don't practice self-love, they will be the manipulator and they will try to find things in the person that is practicing the self-love to point the finger and say, hey, you're wrong in what you're doing. Because this is what negative people do. They're not supporters. They're not there to help you grow. They're just there to try and destroy everything that you're trying to achieve because they're just negative. So when you go on this path of self-love, be prepared. You're not being selfish. Be prepared that it is an actual now practice. Because there's lots of books out there on it. There's lots of journals. There's lots of planners. There's lots of beautiful spiritual people. There are endless amount of books out there on self-love. I just love self-love, self-care, and spiritual. Spiritual is a little bit more deeper because it will talk about the individual self, the soul, religion, and just getting you to understand the world as a whole. So spiritual, not spirituality or spiritualism. I don't believe in all of these things, but spiritual practice or spiritual teaching is a lot more humongous. So I'm just going to be talking about, sorry about the noise because I'm at the gym. I'm just going to be talking about self-love at the moment. So I just want to give you a foundation and a preparation for you to have your ground. You need to have your stepping stones on how to start because I had to learn through trial and error. And I've been around a hell of a lot of negative people and they bring a hell of a lot of confusion because they're in denial, they're ignorant. Ignorant is meaning they lack education in the area. And like I said, they will pull up your flaws when you're on a journey to love yourself, but they're not supposed to pull up any type of flaws because we are human and we're not perfect. What we're trying to say is We are on a journey to love ourselves, and you are getting in a goddamn bloody way. So they won't listen. They will just get worse and worse and worse. So word of warning, when you're on your self-love journey, and because what happens, you will have awakenings. You will wake up to the type of people you will need to be around, and you will need to be around a positive environment, not perfect, but positive and loving. Do not place yourself around toxic people that have not decided to put any type of work within themselves. Now, I will go into that in another video, because this part of it is very important. Because believe you me, I've had my self-love journey has been held back in so many ways because of the toxic people. So let me move forward. I haven't got any type of materials here today. They're all at home. But there is a world. Oh my gosh, why do people making so much noise? What's necessary with the noise? So basically, due to the law of attraction coming out, a array amount of people have been out there building, I'm going to call it the self-love world, and material has been consistently being created. Now I humongously am a massive humongous fan of law of attraction, spiritual, because it's just pure love, pure kindness. And I love the books, the planners, the organizers, everything. There is endless. I can't even go into how much books and organizers and planners and digital products are out there when it comes to self-love. You can call it personal development or spiritual. You can call it what you want, but I rather call it spiritual because it is as a whole. Self-love is something that is very, very important for your health as well. And it's not something that is very easy to come by because it's within us. Do you understand? And we live in generally more of a negative more than a positive. We live in a world that doesn't love itself. So we are on a journey to educate those to love themselves. So you might have bad habits that you have been brought up around, that you have just picked up from your parents or your forefathers. That's another issue. Our forefathers, not their fault. Generational habits are within us. So what self-love does, and it's basically, you can call it a paradigm shift as well, as Bob Proctor teaches us, because I listen to Bob Proctor, God bless his soul, he's passed on now. Paradigm shifts, very important, and it does work, paradigm shifts. So you have to do, even if it's like 10 to 20 minutes a day, some form of self-love on yourself. So planners are a brilliant place to start because you get to reflect on yourself and you get to write about yourself, and then it brings up areas within you that you can work on. You don't have to change it there and then on the spot. It's a work in progress. Do you understand? Like I'm at the gym today. I haven't been to the gym for like 2 months, but I just needed some time away from the gym because I was taking it for granted. Now I've come back, I appreciate it more. Okay? So I just spent a little, I think 45 minutes here today. I'll come back. Today is Tuesday. I'm going to come back on Thursday. It's part of self-love. Spending time with myself. Do you understand? You've also got self-love affirmations. They're very good, but if they don't resonate with you, don't bother to say them. Yeah, you have to say affirmations that resonate with you. If you don't love yourself, saying to yourself, I love myself, is not really going to rock your world. Say, for instance, you need your mum to tell you that she loves you. You may never hear it. So you have to find a way to find what is going to make you fulfilled. It might be a boyfriend that tells you he loves you, you know. It might be your daughter or your son. But you have to appreciate these words. You might be able to look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. But it may not resonate with you. So an item of clothing might make you love yourself. Doing your hair may make you love yourself. So if you tell yourself in the mirror, I love myself, and you're looking at yourself and all you're thinking is, oh, I don't like my nose, I don't like my eye, I don't like my lip. There's no point in telling yourself you love yourself, because that means you're putting yourself down. So find an alternative, like I just said, maybe getting your nails done, buying your best cream. I bought my best cream for myself today. Okay? I treated myself to my best cream. That made me smile. I put a big smile on my face. Came back to the gym after 2 months. It's put a big smile on my face. Give myself some time. I had some lunch. I loved myself. Went to a place where I've got my best plant-based burger I had today. Put a smile on my face. So this is me loving myself, spending time with myself, you know, and loving myself. The self-love. Doing things that I like, yeah, and spending time with myself. I was listening to a creative video today via this lady that's teaching me how to be creative. I loved that. It inspired me, it lifted me up. You understand? It made me feel good about myself. This lady looking at me, she probably don't know I'm talking to. She probably think I'm talking to myself. So I've looked at my whole day today, and what else did I do? Yeah, I got my cream for my hair, because in my last video yesterday I said my hair, it's actually improving after I've done my hair last night. So I bought the cream that I need for my hair. So I made sure that I done these little bits and bobs for myself today. And now I've come, what is the time? I don't even know what the time is. I've come out, what's the time? 5:30 now. I've come out the gym and I've bought myself, not that I didn't, because it's a bit cold. I don't even know why. I should have sent it back. Not very hot. I should have got a green tea. So I have been a little bit naughty. I got myself a latte. So I said I'm going to sit down, which I don't normally do this. I normally go out and go home. But I wasn't feeling to go home yet. So I said I'm going to sit down. I was meant to do my editing for my YouTube video, but because my YouTube video hasn't come up, has it? So I haven't, but it won't load up basically. I don't know why it won't load up, so I'm going to have to do it when I get home. So this is me taking time out for myself. And this is a relaxing environment, nice music, it's a gym, it's giving me the mindset of being healthy, because all these people are coming to unwind, because it's a health spa. So everyone's coming to unwind, relax, and just chill out. No stress, just staying blessed. Even though I find the people in the gym, I just went through the gym, they need to chill out a little bit more. But sitting down here in this part, I'll show you. Yeah. is a highly relaxing experience. So this is all a part of self-love. So this is what you need to do for yourself. You need to say to yourself, what do I need to do in order to self-love myself? You might want to get a really good book to understand self-love. There's so much books out there now. You know, there are so many tools out there. You can even get like organizers and planners where you can like stick, you know, stickers on, and you just build in a world, your self-love world, you know, and that's really what you're doing for yourself. And every day, the thing is, when you really look at it, if you really look at it closely, we spend a lot of our time looking at other people and, you know, feeling that other people are greater than us. But if we spent some time every single day, not just like outward frivolous things, but we spend time every single day to say, hey, how can I love myself today? You would find that you would be more interested in yourself, and you would find out about yourself. This man's going to sit here. You would find out about yourself a lot more, you know, and you would start enjoying your own self a lot more, being on your own self-love journey. It's exciting. That's what I can say. Every day you learn new things about yourself. You learn about your talents. You learn about your gifts. You learn about your likes and your non-likes. You learn about who you like being around. You learn about who your community is. If others want to go into that world, you end up teaching other people too. Those that don't want to know, just cut them off straight away because they want to just mash up your journey, because they take offence. And there's a lot of people out there with low self-esteem, and they will end up, um, what's the word? Taking it the wrong way when you talk to them, because lack of education and lack of wanting to understand. People will just lash out and start attacking you. I've had a lot of that as well, and I couldn't understand what that was about, all because they hadn't worked on themselves. So you could be loving yourself and then be around people that you didn't even know they didn't even love themselves, because all they're busy doing is going around putting you down, and no one has that right to put you down. Nobody. No one has the right to be speaking any type of negative words over you. If you see there's flaws within yourself, then you see it and then you make the changes for that yourself. But don't allow someone else to do that to you. You got a lot of people out there that feel like they're boss, you know, and because they feel they're boss, or they feel they're older, or they think, oh, because they're the auntie or they're the uncle, that you're just automatically supposed to just bow down to them. It doesn't work like that. Life is about just being around people that are loving. If you can't get people around you that are loving, it will affect you, because I know from what I've been through in my life, it will affect you, okay? And it will affect your health in the future. We don't know at what age, but being around negativity hurts and traumatizes. And I know through experience a hell of a lot of people to this day will not tell the truth of what they've done and how they're acting and how they're speaking, and they will twist words and manipulate and make up that you're the problem and that you've done something to them, and then all you're doing is living your life. So don't feel guilty about being on your self-love journey. If those around you do not understand about love and you understand a hell of a lot more, you're just going to have to separate. And it's just the way it has to be. There's nothing you can do about it. You will live a much more happier life. You're not going to be happier around the negative person because the negative person doesn't want to listen. And there's nothing you can do about that. So look into the self-love world. Tap it into the Safari, self-love, and see what comes up. There is a world of web pages out there, and there's a world of books, planners, organizers, and there's so much resources. I'm trying to think because I've got a lot of stuff, affirmations. A lot of my stuff is at home, and I've been piecing together work. It's been taking me a little bit of time because I'll talk about. It's interesting what's happened to me. My journey's been very interesting, but it's been very difficult to piece it all together because I've had a lot of trauma, and obviously I've not had any type of understanding along the way because people have taken offence at my journey. But I've had to decide to keep myself to myself, and I wish I woke up earlier to it, And I've got my daughter also. I love her, but she needs some help with the way she speaks, basically, because she gets angry. So she's got some negative traits in her. It's not her fault. It's because of what we had to endure together as a family, which I won't really go into right now, but I will give her the tools that she needs, but I haven't been 100% prepared with everything that I've got because I was learning about inner love, yeah? And like I said, Law of Attraction came out, and when Law of Attraction came out, everybody started, social media, everything just changed. So everybody was growing, everybody was learning. It's a new community. There's a hell of a lot more out there now. A lot of people have just grown and built this new world. Okay? So when you're learning and you're growing, you're educating yourself, you're going to be all over the place. It's like going to university, basically. If you don't have like any type of design skills as well, because creative skills, because self-love always seems to come with some type of creativity as well, because I'm interested in art, but I've been on and off with art, and I found out the other day that my biggest dream is fashion. I don't want to go into it too much right now, but again, it's taken ages for me to wake up because this comes so late in my life, you see, because the law of attraction wasn't really out when I was younger. We had Gandhi and Mother Teresa, but that was it. But we didn't really have too much spiritual people out, and monks, I think, as well. So law of attraction really has helped. People just keep looking at me. Help me wake up. But the journey obviously takes longer when you're. Because I think I stumbled across it when I was 25, just a little bit. Louise Hayes, and I didn't understand it. It's just how you gonna know affirmations and saying them every day when you've been programmed to put yourself down, and you've been around people that put you down all your life, and then all throughout me being around them telling me they didn't do nothing to me. Not that I'm trying to accuse them or blame them, but I woke up to certain things and I was traumatized, and it was very much more harder for me. I've had therapy and what have you. It's been harder for me because I was around two parents that were down. So I had to go forward, not realizing what I was saying or what I was doing, and why I had to separate myself from these people. I didn't realize the journey. When you have, when you love yourself and everybody else has to do the work as well. But I never realized they had to do the work. I only knew that I found this, and I thought I found it for me to make my life better. But I didn't know the journey was going to be so difficult for me. But for those that have had, maybe mediocre loving parents, it will be easier for you. You understand? And you've had a good enough life. But if you've been around people that lack information, then that's going to be an issue for you. And you probably need a mentor. And oh yeah, I forgot about mentors. There's a lot of brilliant mentors out there, and therapists are very good as well. Because you have to remember you're transitioning from the old to the new, and it's not easy to change habits. And oh yeah, you got audio books as well. Audio books are very good as well, but take the time out because there's loads out there now. And what you need to do is do something for yourself every single day. Yeah, you've got journaling as well. Writing is powerful, and it can happen. You can also turn the other way because there is so much out there now. That's what happened to me. I ended up with loads. So what I'm doing right now, because I've skipped from what I was saying before, I'm piecing together. Because I don't want to talk too much about it until it's totally together now. Because I talk a lot, and I want to get the material together now. But I've got material all over the place. But what my issue was is I lacked self-belief in myself. I had a low self-esteem and I lacked confidence within myself. Wasn't very assertive either. Suffered depression. It was serious for me basically. I was going through a lot. I'll talk about it another time because it's a lot and I don't want it to be depressing here. So I had to do a hell of a lot of work on myself and I still do to this day. And I think somebody has been doing a hell of a lot of nice things for me as well. And someone's been putting a lot of love on me through their words every single day. So I'm very grateful for that as well. Because we all need loving words. It's alright you listening to those words on YouTube, but you need someone close to you that's constantly speaking good words over you as well. Don't place yourself around people that are negative to cut them off straight away. Cut them off because it's detrimental to your health. They will send you into a very dark place. If they don't know how to speak kindly, it's a form of a curse when people speak negatively. And I'm not perfect with it because sometimes I can get out my little girl and then I'm still working on my words, but sometimes her actions lead me to speak a certain way. So I still have work to do with my words when I'm speaking to my little girl. I'm not perfect, but me and her need the tools, and she needs to be interested because every time I speak to her about some stuff, she creates dramas, and I can't deal with the dramas because it creates too much of a negative environment. So you have to be understanding of the obstacles that are going to come with your self-love journey. But as you go along, you can pick and choose what you need to change, what's going to take some time to change, and what may forever stay the same. Okay? So I know my daughter is a problem because even yesterday I was talking to her and she just gets agitated very quickly. And as well as I'm trying to work on me, I'm having to help this child come out of her bad habits. And she's always getting angry all of the time. So, and she's always being rude. There's not one conversation that you can't have with her and she doesn't come off with a very bad attitude. So that's my obstacles. I can't move forward fully when she continuously is coming off with so many toxic traits. I love her. I've tried to guide her. I've tried to teach her, but she is a person that doesn't listen. And when you have someone around you that doesn't listen, via it be your children, it can hold your self-love journey back as well, because you have to constantly keep telling off that person. So it's creating negativity. When I've told this person, my child, in order for us to be okay, we have to be loving. And I've been doing this with my little girl since she was 2, but she's decided to image other people's characters. This is what has happened. So she's a work in progression. I have now accepted, because she has held back my self-love journey, and I've got to help her love herself. So I'm on a journey with myself, I'm on a journey with her. I'm still looking for the right tools for her that she's going to find interesting. Because I love her, I'm not going to be giving up on her. So I don't mind, you know, taking on her issues because she's my child. So these are the things that you have to look out for. And at the same time, I will continue doing things that are nice for myself also, that is going to help me on my self-love journey as well. So I've become more tolerant, where once upon a time I never understood exactly what was happening, because I was learning about all of these tools, you know, and what self-love was truly all about. So I'm going to come off here. I will be doing more lives. It's a little bit difficult to do a talk here because there's people around. Look out there to see what is for you, yeah? Take your time. It's fun. Like, even do like self-love, self-care, pamper parties. A lot has come to me, and a lot is coming to me in the future as well, which I'm looking forward to. Don't try and take on too much either, like me. I took on far too much with it, because like I said, there's absolutely loads out there. There is a world of beautiful self-love tools, products, resources, and there's a beautiful, I call it the world. I don't even call it a community, because there's a hell of a lot of beautiful people out there. And because there's so many people now, it takes longer to understand, because so many people are talking and so much people are bringing out material, and so it can become exhausting at times. So do it bit by bit, okay? Because you might get burnt out with it all, and you don't want that, because self-love is about being healthy. So take your time with it and choose a niche that is for you, yeah? Like, you might be interested in planners, you might just be interested in journaling. You don't need to take on everything when it comes to self-love. Choose a specific niche, you know, because there's a world of giving out there in the self-love world. So anyway, I'm going to go now. I hope you can hear me. I don't even know if you can hear me. All this time I'm talking. The man's going now. So I will be talking about self-love more. This is just a little overview of it, of my little bit of my experience. But keep growing in it. It's worth it. Believe you me, it's worth it. But try your best with this self-love journey not to give to too much people, because when you're on the self-love journey, you just want to love everyone. But what I'm saying to you, not a hell of a lot of people understand it. What the problem is, you tend to be drawn to people that need self-love, and they are the hardest people to help. Let the therapist do it, let the professionals do it. If you've got a resource to give them, just hand them a book. That's the best thing to do, and let them figure it out for themselves. No point talking. If they are not being kind to you, it's just best to keep the distance, because it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them, and they just feel like they can just bully you, because negative people see kind people as weak for some unknown reason. They seem to think they're pushovers, and that's the mindset of negative people. So you're not gonna um, be risen by them. So please keep yourself away from the aggressors. Leave them to be aggressive. You know, that's their issue, not yours. You don't need to be subjected to that. Go and live your best life. And if you're used to being around people that abuse you, get unused to it. And don't let them make you feel guilty, because once you're around them again, they're find everything in their power to make you think that you're the problem. They will try to bring you right back into their nasty, negative, their world full of darkness, lots of darkness there. Be careful, because when you're around them, they will drag you down within a second. Be very, very careful when you're on your self-love journey. I'm going to stress that enough, because you will change and you will notice other people. And when you notice that, if you really, 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 really want your life to change, you're not going to be fearful on making changes by walking away from certain people, because you're going to be better off. Okay? And they will try and compete with you. They will try and make up that their life is better than yours. They will try and keep you the same. They will try and keep you being the yes person, being noddy, saying yes to them all of the time, so they can have their way. But don't let them drag you down to their level. Give them some books, give them some affirmations, send them some videos, help them from a distance, but don't try and help them by your word unless you're putting it on an event, yeah, or unless you're doing a YouTube video, okay? That's the only place you can help them, by giving them tools, books, audio, send it to them. Send them a nice message, send them a nice affirmation. There are plenty of tools out there to help negative people. Okay, so I'm going to go now. Remember, love yourself, self-love. This is about do some work on yourself, at least 10 to an hour minutes a day. 10 minutes to an hour a day. Okay? Love you all. I will be putting up this video. I did try my vlog. I did try to edit it today, but it wouldn't load up, so I ended up doing this live. So please bear with me. I'm going to probably edit it when I get home. I have halfway edited it. So love you all, and I will see you soon. If I feel led to do another live, I will be doing another live. Please let everyone know about the Diva Gates Lifestyle YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. I don't do much of Facebook nowadays. but mainly YouTube, Instagram. I know TikTok. I haven't been on Instagram either, actually. So I don't know what I'm going to do about Instagram at the minute. But TikTok and YouTube are on mainly at the moment, and TikTok a little bits and bobs nowadays. So mainly probably going to come on here. I just go by what I feel led to do nowadays.